Welcome to episode 3 of Public Opinion Podcast. I'm your host, Sam Jules, with my co-host, Lou, and my second co-host, CP. What's up, fellas? How's everybody doing? I decided to switch it up today, Clint. I didn't give you the full
I appreciate you, man. Keeping me. I can shoplift again. You know, everybody knew my name at first.
Yeah, fellas. How's everybody? How's everybody's week? Anything new?
Chilling. I'm at the Quan Shot at headquarters today.
Okay.
We cooling, man. I'm gonna fly out tomorrow. Got a little vacay. Yep. So we just cooling, bro. Cooling.
You and Shorty, just you, or you?
Me and wifey. You know, I travel as a unit.
Must be nice.
I love
Must
that.
be nice.
I love that. This week was pretty different for me. Got braces, so it's been a little bit of an adjustment.
Yeah, you sound like 50 Cent now when you talk. Right. No shit. You gotta start slurring them words. B. No shit.
Oh man, it's different, bro. Definitely got to adjust to it, but it's cool. Definitely a part of my journey. Been trying to do this for a while now, but we finally got it done. So next 15 months, I'm gonna be
brace. That's nothing. That's nothing.
The show.
Yeah. Years.
Nah. 15 months. My teeth weren't crazy. They just weren't how I wanted them to be. So yeah, just gotta get used to brace face Sammy for the next 15. But we'll be straight. So want to start off with the first segment, but as we always do, is like the culture piece to things that kind of relate to basketball. They want to discuss this whole Kyrie Irving situation very briefly. Not trying to get canceled, but I'm gonna talk about this whole Kyrie anti-Semitic issue that's going on. The NBA just announced today that they're going to suspend him for 5 games. I know he had they did like a follow-up press conference with him today, and he spoke and did not apologize again. And I'm going to play a little clip from that, but he did not apologize once again. So the NBA pretty much is like, hey, man, like, since you're not apologizing, we're just going to suspend you, hit it where it hurts, obviously with no pay. So it's super, super disappointing that this is happening, but obviously he got to go what he has to go through. So I'm going to play the clip real quick.
Bro, just stand on your 10 toes, man.
And he is. And he's standing
they're
on
literally like just attacking him.
Yeah.
At this point, I feel like they're just attacking him. And since, the whole Kanye thing, they're just looking for someone to
go after.
Yeah, to go after and kind of punish, So.
Yep. For sure. Let me play the clip real quick, and then we could discuss. So, here we go.
Post hard people. I take my responsibility for posting that. Some things that were questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So I take my responsibility.
It seems like Adam Silver wanted to hear the word "I apologize," or in your mind, you said, "I didn't mean to cause any harm." Were you apologizing, or did you not apologize?
I didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe are true and that you...
So there you have it. Obviously, he's not going to say sorry. And I respect him to, just obviously standing on his word. But
it's
what are your thoughts on that?
To me, it's more of it's not that. I feel like Kyrie doesn't get enough credit for, because even every step he's taken now is so premeditated. It's so apologetic, but unapologetic. He's really taken the approach of, realistically, he's done nothing wrong. You're trying to create an image of him and muzzle him for not even his freedom of speech, because he technically didn't say anything. He reposted something on social media. You know what I'm saying? And then he's getting crucified. And what I don't like about the scenario is Kyrie is, in a sense, he asked for education. Like, all right, cool. So let's sit in the middle and let's both talk about how I feel about something and how you feel about something. Let's educate each other on each other's beliefs. And that's not even what's happening. Yeah. The whole world is just so big on punishing people for not understanding the other side of the scenario. So it's like, instead of trying to understand the man and where he's coming from, you instantly went to nah, you gotta shut up and play ball. You need to do what you need to do. We're gonna suspend you if you don't say the words "I'm sorry." And I can't be apologetic for something I don't understand because in his eyes he doesn't know what he did wrong. So if I don't think I did anything wrong, I'm not gonna apologize either. I'm the same. I'd probably handle that situation the same exact way.
Yep, I agree 100%. 100%. Like again, I'm not gonna say sorry for something I just don't get, you know. And let's talk about it. Let's sit down about it. They haven't even given him the chance to do that. He recently did a donation to the ADLs, like the Anti Defamation League, and the CEO spoke up today and was like, "Hey, you know, after seeing Kyrie's press conference today, like they're just gonna decline his $500,000 donation."
Shoot, give
So,
me my
so
money back then.
That's what I'm saying. I put,
yeah.
hey, y'all took 5 games from you
Give me my
anyway.
bread,
I put it back in my pocket. Y'all tripping.
my bread back.
Yeah, they don't even want his bread. So I mean, that's how serious they're taking it. You know, so it's, obviously it's a serious matter. But I think they're doing a little too much. Like the 5 games is a little too much. Like Adam Silver was supposed to meet with him next week, and like he hasn't even met him yet, and they're automatically suspending him. So they're not giving him a fair chance, in my opinion. So yeah, but hopefully Kyrie gets through that. I'm sure they'll definitely figure things out. I know people are even talking about like maybe Kyrie might even retire after this. Just based off of what's going on.
It's just
Wouldn't
the
be
NBA.
surprised if he
NBA
does.
trying to
Honestly,
protect NBA stuff. That's
but
all it is. They're trying to protect the integrity of the league. Like you remember when the dude from I think it was
yeah,
the Houston owner said some stuff about China and they was quick down his throat. Then I think it was Maury said some stuff.
hmm
It's always in the case of
yep,
protecting the league's face. So I mean, if they got to make an
yep,
example or discipline
yep.
you in any kind of way, they down for it. I just feel like
They
they have to be
they
a little
will.
more lenient on how you muzzle your players. In my opinion,
Hmm
I feel like you can teach without harsh punishment in a sense.
I agree. I agree 100%. Speaking of punishment, Miles Bridges actually pled no contest to a felony domestic violence charge Thursday in LA in the Superior Court, and he will face 3 years of probation, so no jail time. A part of a deal that he had with the prosecutors. So, Miles Bridges might be coming back to the league sometime this year. Hopefully, I know the Hornets would appreciate it, and maybe he might get that back that he's supposed to get. Maybe not, but looks like he's coming back sooner than later.
Nah, they about to use him as like a what's that
As an
word?
example, like a
As an
scapegoat.
example for sure.
Scapegoat.
If he come back to the
Yeah, he's
team,
Mhm.
I'm gonna be shocked.
yeah. I think he's gonna come back to the team, but I don't
Mhm.
think they're gonna give him the bread that he deserves. I
Mm.
mean, he might have.
I mean,
It's not gonna look good. He gonna have that ankle monitor on.
yo, I think
It's not gonna
did
look
it?
good, bro. It's like,
KCP did it. KCP did
He
that. Remember,
couldn't play.
KCP
He
couldn't
couldn't
play
play
home
road games.
away games. Yeah, away games.
Realistically,
Yeah.
if he come back to the
Miles Bridges
team,
could finally live.
if he come
He
back to
could. Miles Bridges could live his raps out, bro.
if he come back to the team, he got to do like everybody in the squad just go to how gang initiations is where everybody just shoot him 60. Like they need to jump his ass back into the team. Like now you like to hit women, like they need to just give everybody just even Jordan come hit
Yeah.
him with the 6 rings, just like everybody get a piece.
Yo, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they about to
man.
use him as an example for sure.
No, they definitely are. The Hornets haven't been playing bad, and they could definitely use him. But like Lou said, they're gonna use him to be like, hey, we're not gonna pay you, and we doubt that any other team's gonna pay you based off of this. So either you play or you just sit out. So
Is
yeah,
this
bro,
his first contract?
his first major
Yes,
contract.
this would be
Yeah,
his first one.
yeah,
Wait
his first
wait
major
a
one. Yeah,
the bag up.
Oh, good boy. He folded.
yeah. Idiot, bro. Idiot. Also want to talk about Steve Nash and the firing this week. The Nets have had a pretty rough start to start off the year. I think they're 2-5, if I'm not mistaken. And the Nets have decided to part ways with Steve. I know they had interviewed Kevin Durant yesterday and kind of just asked him like, "Hey, like, what are your thoughts on it?" And where were you when you heard the news? And Katie was pretty much like, I was asleep, woke up, saw it, was like, oh damn, like didn't really show too much emotion towards it. Obviously, we know the whole situation with him and Steve in the offseason.
So I have a little. I think I know what happened.
Preach.
Sure.
So you know how KD was supposed to leave, Kyrie was supposed to leave.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say Sean Marks met with KD and Kyrie and said, "We're gonna get Nash up out of here. Just come back, play the first few games. We'll get Nash up out of here. We'll get a new coach. Y'all boys just come back. I'm gonna get Nash out." I feel like that's what happened. It was just
That was part of the agreement. Yeah, that's part of the agreement.
That was
That's
kind
the only
of
reason why.
that's hustling backwards though, because why not just do it when they ask for it? Because you would have put yourself in better shoes. You would have had a training camp with your new coach already, rather than trying to figure it out on the fly.
I think to save face, though.
Maybe he don't want to
Face,
come out and look like, oh yeah, I'm listening to my players. Like, nah, he want to
Mhm.
still make it look like he's still running the show.
They was saying that Nash was texting the guys and they was ignoring him or something. Like
Man.
they're not responding to me.
First of all-
I'm like, yo, the Nets are full of drama, bro. It's hilarious.
First of all, Steve Nash still a GOAT in my book. That's my favorite player of all time. I'm gonna ride with him. So,
we won't
whether he can coach or not, I ain't gonna lie. That man, his coaching structure. I'm not gonna say it was his structure, but his lineups and rotations had me scratching my head because from a point guard standpoint, you know what you need on the court to succeed. So why would you not put players on the court? I don't know. I don't get the aspect of I feel like sometimes they feel like people who are paid needs to play because Claxton wouldn't be getting 30 minutes a game in my game. He'd be getting about 15, 20. He coming off the bench
15.
at that. Bruce Brown wouldn't have been playing 30 minutes a game. Like, I don't know. That's just me. I felt like Steve Nash was put in a situation between a rock and a hard place. He never really had control of the team, and he never really had a say-so in the team. He was kind of more of a puppet, and he was probably expecting D'Antoni to kind of really help him through everything. And when D'Antoni dipped out, he was kind of hands in his pocket, like, all right, how do I get the guys to follow suit? Do I play the friendship role, or it was a learning experience for him. He gonna bounce back from this.
It really was first, yeah. And we all knew that
he ain't coaching no more. That was
Jason Kidd started off just like
you think
that.
so?
Jason Kidd started off just like this. Don't forget. He started off right there in Brooklyn, getting bumped on accident. Hey, drop my drink. Clean this. Extra timeouts. Don't forget. He got another gig.
It's crazy, bro. Same route. For some reason, them boys are just connected, man. But yeah, bro, same route. But who do you think is gonna be that replacement that fits their system?
Bro, they're gonna get Ime in there, fire all the women, fire all the women on staff.
Yo, Louis funny, bro.
It's gonna be Morehouse up in there, bro. Straight me.
Yo, that's funny, bro.
That's it.
Hide your wives.
I think it was so bad. I think Ime called them like, "Yo, I heard y'all got rid of Nash. Like, hey man, I'm sitting on y'all ain't got nothing to do. I slide. I slide. They said I could talk to y'all.
That's funny. But they actually asked Sean Marks after the game, last game, and they're like, "Hey, like, have you guys decided on who you're?"
There are multiple media reports that you've already determined who your next head coach is. Have you?
No, absolutely not. No.
What?
To talk about, I think he can.
Yeah, I agree. Because it looks fishy, It's like
it's too soon.
Nash fired and so hired 2 hours later. Like they had back-to-back reports like Nash fired. Ime is the upcoming So me personally, I think Quinn Snyder's the best fit in my opinion, in my public opinion. But just because I feel like he's been through turmoil before, obviously with the whole Utah debacle with D. Mitch and Rudy Gobert, it's kind of like Kai and KD, two superstars, quote unquote. That having issues on court, off court, whatever the case is.
You call Rudy a super?
He's chilling. He's chilling. Like all-star. This is the man that had the Timberwolves last year in the playoffs. Chill out. Give him let him.
I'll clarify. 2 all-stars. Okay. On their roster, and he was able to make it work. Obviously they didn't win. And they ended up blowing up the team. And Utah's actually performing fairly well, but nevertheless, he was put in that situation before, and they were able to progress. So I think Quinn would be a good fit in my opinion. I think Doc gonna be on the market pretty soon, so maybe Doc might have to head over to Brooklyn.
Okay,
But
quick question though. Like, do you feel like Brooklyn's problem is it X's and O's, or
coaching.
is it roster? Like, do you think they don't have the team to win, or do you think they really just have the team but don't have nobody to run it correctly?
I have a perfect answer to this, and it's going to be a perfect segue. The same thing the Lakers are doing, they should be doing with Ben Simmons. He needs to come off the bench and run with the second unit because it just looks weird how Kai and him are like trying to figure out who's going to take it down, who's going to run the offense. They got Kai coming off screens and they got Ben coming off screens, but he can't shoot, obviously, so he has to like penetrate. Like, and then you just have Kai sitting in the corner, KD sitting in the corner. Like, someone has to sit in the corner at one point in time, and it just doesn't look good. So if I'm them, I had Ben doing the same exact thing. Come off the bench. You could run with the Seth Currys, the Joe Harrises, because all he just needs is shooters. He's got to look for shooters, and he's going to find them. You look for the big. You run the pick and roll with the big. You may throw in a KD in there, occasionally, throw in the Kai occasionally, but all three at the same time, not going to work. So, again, that's my opinion. And I just think it's just a lineup thing because they have the pieces, bro. Royce O'Neal's a great 3-and-D guy. I know you hate Claxton, but he's the decent, backup big, not terrible. KD's, still that guy.
What guy?
Seth Curry's a decent. Okay, Steph Curry's a decent.
For me, I feel like they ran
Excellent.
too much ISO with Nash. They ran way too much ISO.
Way too much.
So
when you have guys who can actually like make plays,
exactly. Like I feel like they need to run better plays. No more of that ISO stuff. Better sets.
Like run sets. Yeah, run sets.
I think that's a personnel beef though, because it's like you're asking ISO guys not to play ISO ball. Like, I'm gonna ask two of the best ISO players to do it. Hey, we need sets. Like, that's not what they do.
We're not saying you can't. We're not saying you can't.
I'm not.
It's just more so like every possession.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think the issue with them, I haven't seen enough small ball. I haven't seen Ben Simmons and KD at the 4 and 5. I think I should have saw a lot more of that. Also, I felt like I should have saw Ben Simmons be a tad more aggressive because realistically, if you watch them play, every time he comes off half court, like Lou said, he's just looking for one of them to dump the ball to. But realistically, he's not using their attention to his advantage. So if I fake pass to them and just go down that lane and explode, like nobody saw that coming. You know what I'm saying? Like he could average probably just 15 off of their names alone. Like, man, I got the third best defender. I'm slipping on this one-on-one and somebody got to meet me when I come to this bucket. I'm 6'10", but he's just being real passive.
Bro, he got more fouls than points, bro. Like he's not impacting the game at all if you really look at it. And now he's hurt, so it's like I don't know. I just don't know what's going on there. But again, like I said, like the Lakers did it with Russ, and again, perfect segue. They now have 2 wins, not 1, but 2 wins, back-to-back wins. Just based off of the adjustment of Russ coming off the bench. So want to talk a little bit about that. I know we had a whole 30 minutes in the last episode of talking about the Lakers' struggles, but they have won 2. Have you guys seen adjustments? Obviously, other than the Russ coming off the bench, but have you guys seen adjustments? Anything different? Anything you're surprised about? No.
They ran away. They ran away with the Pelicans game. They ran away with that. The rookie was supposed to put that game out with the 2 free throws.
But yeah, he missed. Yeah,
he missed both, and the game came. It started right back over at OT. But they weren't supposed to win that game. I don't think it's that much. I don't think it's that crazy that Russ is coming off the bench. I just feel like it's the same lineup when he comes off the bench. It's the same lineup as if he would have started. It's really not that much of a difference.
Does this remind you of the time where Carmelo said AOP? They said, I'm going to come off the bench.
Before or even coming off the bench. And the second question is...
Who, me?
Oh. I guess that answers that part.
I mean, I don't know where that started, where that came from. Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
To make him come off the bench because you're putting I never had him fault in any of their issues. Like he can do everything. Like I can rebound, but you taking the ball out of his hand. You're taking him out of his element and then gonna throw him on the bench and say, all right, go back in your element. all right, cool. Of course he gonna do what he do, but fourth quarter, you still running that same lineup you benched. It's Russ, it's Braun, it's AD. So it's like you could have been just limited their minutes together. I feel like what's catching up to the Lakers is LeBron is human. Like we've always seen him in this over my dead body mindset. Like if I'm gonna lose, it's gonna be over my 30 points, over my 35. And like in that Pelicans game, there was a great sequence to where LeBron looked like a regular NBA player to me. He was guarding Zion back-to-back plays, and Zion hit him with the him. I went through your chest. I went up like Bron used to do in Miami. He finished both of those. And then Jose came and got him with the run behind steal. Like, come on, that's stuff like that don't happen to Bron, right? Like, we don't see that happening to Bron.
You see Bron call the switch. He said, "Hey, when you
go get it," and that's why I was just like, man, Bron look human.
So I agree with you, but I don't agree with you because if you do remember at the end of the game, Russ was on the bench. Austin Reeves threw that pass in the corner to Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan catches it, hits the little game tying three.
Yeah, I don't think Russ came in the whole team.
No, he didn't. So again, he is like ending games, but Darvin Ham is making adjustments and humbling guys. Like, yo, if it's not working, I'm taking you out, bro. You know, and I'm gonna put in what I feel like works.
I feel like this conversation is just steered differently though. It's because this conversation can change at the steer of a coin flip because if he misses that shot and they lose, we're not even talking about none of this. Then we could flip the narrative and say, why was Russ not in the game? You should have had more experience out there. Somebody who could have got an extra possession, blah, blah, blah. I feel like Lou said, they ran away with it. They, in my opinion, you snuck one. I feel like if BI's there, it's not even close. I feel like that game would have probably been a blowout and it don't look like that. But I gotta see a bigger sample size for me to be like, okay, this was very effective.
Yeah. That's exactly
what about the Denver game? Do you think the Denver game was just like they ran with that one too?
No disrespect. We've beaten Denver.
They played well.
We've beaten Denver this season. Like OKC's like been going to war with Denver. Denver is still finding their chemistry.
I think we play Denver every week. Every time I look, we play Denver. And, like I don't understand, bro. We played them like 5 times.
They're finding their chemistry, bro. Like they got to figure it out themselves.
We got a weird series.
I got so really quickly here. Because I'm done with Lakers, like they're trash. Really quickly here, I got a start bench cut.
Okay,
right? This one just came to mind. It's a good one. Now we're not talking about right now. We're talking about their prime, right?
Okay.
I know last pod was the light skin. we got a little diversity in this one, right?
Appreciate you.
Okay, I like that.
Start bench cut. Blake Griffin, prime.
Yeah,
Blake Griffin. LaMarcus Aldridge, Paul Millsap.
Ooh, I like this one. Power forwards.
Yes, sir. Talk to me.
I like to write them down just to kind of like.
This one's tough.
This one is tough, easy for me though. If you would have
so wait. So it's Clippers, BG.
Yeah.
It's Portland's LA.
Prime. Yep.
Yeah, and then we going Utah, Paul Millsap.
Yeah, that's fine.
If you would have gave, you could have made this harder if you would have gave me like Chris Bosh instead of Paul Millsap. Then I'd have been like, man, look, you got it. You made this easy for me in a sense. I'm not disrespecting Paul Millsap at all. Like no disrespect to Paul Millsap, but everybody else you named in a sense, I saw in that 1 or 2 role. Like, okay, you're that guy or you're that guy's backup. Can't really say Paul Millsap was in that Utah system of ball movement, good spacing, knowing the system, fitting your role. He embellished it. Don't disrespect to his game. Like I would never say that, but I just felt like it was more of a fit compared to Blake was on the verge of actually like, yo, this can be my team. Like we might I'm trying to take it from Chris Paul. You get what I'm saying? To where LA and Dame, you couldn't really tell it yet. You know, you couldn't really tell who was 1 or who was 2. So I mean, you kind of made it easy for me. I'm starting LA just because LA my guy. I feel like LA didn't get in his prime, with everything he could have offensively done, LA was tough. He ain't had that much athleticism, but I'm a skill kind of guy. I like a dude that could do. You got your back to the basket, you got a mid range, you got a corner three, pick and roll maestro. Like I'm taking that. Blake, I felt like developed all that later, but once he lost his knees, he couldn't bring none of that to the table. So yeah, I'm starting LA. I'm benching Blake and the Millsap. You got to go, my friend.
Millsap averaged 18, 8, and I don't remember what his little assists
probably
were.
like 4 or
18 and
5,
8.
probably
18 and 8
for his career. That's pretty solid, bro. That's solid. I'm gonna go the same way Lou actually like announced it. I'm starting BG because I did agree with what you said, Clint, but I feel like Chris Paul elevated BG's career. I know he was trying to take it, but without Chris Paul, I don't think BG becomes who he, became. Just because Lob City was not Lob City before BG got there. So, and like right out of Oklahoma, like they were talking about this dude got hand. It was kind of like Baby Zion if you think about it. Like this dude got handle, he got bounce, like he got a little midi on him, just stuff like that. So I'm starting BG. He made a name for himself in LA. He got paid going to Detroit. He still got a job to this day. So I give him that. I'm a bench LaMarcus, LA. I think LA and Portland kind of set the standard for a lot of forwards. The stretch four specifically. That midi, that little 15-foot jumper, automatic. And it's crazy because it's not flashy. No, his game's not flashy. He's not like killing you as far as like, strength or like pure strength. Like he just killing you, like you just said earlier, Clint, like with skill, little jab.
He had to work on all that,
pick and pop, pick and roll. You got to work on that little hook. Like if you watch his game, bro, like it's not like, nitty gritty, but it's beautiful. Like it's beautiful to watch because you can tell he actually puts in the work. And I do like Paul Millsap, huge Paul Millsap fan. I can remember playing 2K with Lou. I used to always use Utah, bro, and it used to just be Okur. Is it Okur? Yeah, Okur, Mehmet Okur, and Paul Millsap and Booz and all them boys. And literally, bro, like Paul Millsap was just a bucket.
I'm gonna mess with you right here too, because you kind of gave me what I wanted, right? You told me I was right,
What?
and you accidentally said it. You went down and you broke down why you had BG first and why you had LA second. And you said BG wouldn't have been BG without CP. I've seen LA be LA everywhere he went. You get what I'm saying? I've seen LA be LA in every system. I didn't see when BG lost CP. It was done. He didn't do it before CP. He didn't do it after CP. I seen Aldridge with Dame. I seen him on the Spurs.
But we got to put health in there too. There was like he lost. He
said.
I know. Yeah, you didn't say prime.
I said prime. So for me, like Clint said it, I do have an issue. Like, granted, I love BG, bro. Like, he's a highlight maker. But I feel like he needed to be spoon fed. Like he needed to be spoon fed. So that's why I gotta go with LA, man. LA was a killer. LA starting for me. I like Paul, bro. I'm benching Paul. Honestly, I'm benching Paul. And I'm
this is shocking for me.
But I love BG. Love BG.
I'm shocked.
I just feel like BG needs to be spoon fed, and I like those other two guys. They don't really need to be spoon fed like that.
I wish you can just go back in time and kind of just snatch BG and like let him take Amari Stoudemire's place. I felt like a Steve Nash, Blake Griffin pick and roll is just crazy. I don't think you could have knew because Steve Nash isn't that selfish. You know what I'm saying? Not saying Chris Paul was, but you know how we had questions of is it BG's team or CP's team? We wouldn't have had those questions because Steve Nash is selfless. BG,
there was definitely egos. There was definitely egos.
It's crazy because they never really asked that in Phoenix. Like, is this Amari's team or Steve's team? They never had those arguments. So I can see where you're going with that. Well, speaking of that, Warriors. So Warriors have now lost 5 in a row, which I think has like been the first time this has ever happened in multiple years. So, what do you think is going on in Golden State? Do you
I
think
can
it's
tell you exactly. It's
do you think it's like a internal thing, like with the
nah.
whole?
I predicted this. It's when you're implementing new pieces, you're playing chess and you got to see what fits on the board, because I know what Dre gonna do, I know what Clay gonna do, I know what Steph gonna do, I know what Looney gonna do. We got all these young guys we just paid, and we kind of need them to show themselves. I need you to show me your worth now early in the season, because I can't play catch up later in the season. So the Kamingas, the Wisemans, and all these guys, they're getting thrown to the fire. No disrespect in that term, but I need you to expose yourself if you're worth keeping and worth me going 500 mil over the salary cap for. The Jordan Pools, like, I need to see some consistency. I need to see what I'm paying for now, because when trade deadline comes, somebody may have to go, because everybody keeps questioning, is it going to be Draymond? Is it going to be Poole? Is it going to be, they paid Wiggins and Poole. You can't keep them on. And I feel like this is a good way to see what's worth keeping. So I feel like if they wanted to go on a win streak, they know what they got to put on that court. And they know who should get those minutes. But I feel like they're really trying to figure it out. They're trying to let the young guys click and mesh with what they have.
It's just growing pains then. Like
It's exactly
as far as like.
Yeah, I don't really see nothing. Like, granted, these L's are bad, but yeah, I think like Clint said, they're just working through the lineups, trying to figure out what's gonna work and what's not gonna work. They'll be fine. I'm not saying they're still gonna make the playoffs, but they'll figure it out. I trust Steve Kerr to figure this out.
Do you think this has anything to do with like Clay specifically? I'm gonna point him out because I know there was some talk with him and
Clay?
Charles Barkley. Clay, yeah, just Clay specifically. Like, do you think it's a part of Clay's, like, the way he's been playing? It has like been an effect as to why they're losing?
No. I don't think so.
I'm gonna agree with.
I know him and Charles got into it earlier.
Yeah, and I'm gonna agree with Charles for a little bit, just because, from my standpoint, I feel like if you're gonna be a competitor, if you can dish it, you can take it. And I don't like how he kind of ran and backdoor when Charles Barkley was like, "Nah, you're not playing like that guy you was." Blah blah blah. And he was like, "Come on, Charles. I've been out 2 years with these major injuries, but you're not acting like that when you and Devin Booker face fussing and throwing up foes. Like, yeah, I got 4 of them things. Nah, keep that same humble energy. Pull them excuses out. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna be that guy there, be that guy and hold yourself accountable. Like, yeah, I ain't playing good, and I need to get it together on some form of fashion. Because before the injuries, Clay would have streaks to where he wouldn't hit all the time. But the benefit was, I'm going up and locking up your number one. Like, I'm gonna go get it back. You know what I'm saying? Now he's not guarding the number one, and he's not hitting the way he used to. So it's like he has to find a rhythm in the role. To before he had some backup to it. Like, it don't matter. I go get it back.
Yeah,
I can agree with both sides, but I do feel like we need to give Clay a little more time for him to get his feet under him.
Yeah, I agree.
But I see both sides for sure. He definitely took a decline, but we gotta give that man some more time, bro.
It's just he's just looking more of a liability out there more than like an asset. In my opinion,
I don't think so.
You know,
I ain't got no watch on, but like
Clint just said,
how much time?
Yeah, and that's what Charles was saying. He was like, "Yo, you're 30. What is he, 31, 32? Like, because you're 32, like you fighting father prime at this time. Like, how much time are we really going to be able to give
on top
before we could kind of
and like I said, because if you're gonna be quick to celebrate with the trophy, don't look for the excuse behind it. Hold yourself accountable. Like, oh, you ain't need time when you got that ring last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, you was, hey man, I'm back. First year back, I got me a ring. Same thing, make you laugh, make you cry.
Fact. Speaking of laughing and crying, Lucian's Bucks are 7-0. The reason I say Lucian's Bucks, but yeah, Lucian's Bucks are 7-0. Them boys don't look like they about to lose anytime soon. They molly-whopping teams. Giannis looking crazy. And this is all without Chris Middleton, by the way.
We might have to change this pod to Lose Pod because not only is my Bucks busting ass, but looks like Giannis might be getting this MVP, and it also looks like the Jazz are whooping ass too.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, your predictions are looking
He
good.
also said Steve Nash was coach of the year. This man got 5
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are we doing now?
Yo,
He got, and,
this the same dude.
and he got fired on his day off. Like, what you talking about, Lou? They ain't even play that day. Like, what
Yo,
he woke up. Him and Katie woke
this
up
is
like,
same.
huh? That happened?
Katie said, "Well, back to bed." Yo, but I mean hey man, your prediction's looking good. Besides that first one,
ain't bad. Yeah,
they're looking good. Luka's not dead yet, so I don't know why he think Giannis is gonna run with this thing. Because Luka going crazy. If y'all see, I think he had like, was it like 7 games with 30 plus? Like he's going crazy right now. But they want to talk about the Bucks a little bit. Like, what have you guys seen? Just like what's impressed you with their performance? Because obviously being 7-0 is pretty difficult. They played some pretty tough teams as well. So, anything you guys noticed?
Bro,
want to comment?
Giannis. It's Giannis. Middleton's not even back yet, bro. Imagine when he comes back.
It's gonna be crazy, bro.
I wanna just agree with you completely and say it's just Giannis. It's Giannis. I think an important factor that we not delegating is this has been the same team for the past 3 or 4 years. What has really changed? You get what I'm saying? Like PJ Tucker's gone.
Same core.
The chemistry is still there. Everybody know their role. And I feel like the pieces around Giannis fit his game. Like Brook Lopez, to me, is the most underrated addition to his team. Like,
yeah,
I can play inside.
Bobby Portis too. I think Bobby Portis too.
Correct. But Brook Lopez gets slept on so much for the little that he does do. That little 10 he brings, it helps so much because it stretches the floor when he hits that one little 3-pointer. And then when you put a skinny guy on him, he'll take him down to the box so Giannis can take a couple plays off.
And it creates it creates so much space for Giannis, bro, because he's at the 3, bro. He's just sitting at the 3. And like the big got to sit out there too, because obviously if they throw that thing to him, that's a
the big don't guard
bro.
Brook.
So, like,
the big be trying to guard Giannis, so they'll put James Harden on Brook, and what he gonna take him right down to the boom room. Like, come on, man, it's easy,
bro. Yeah, bro, it really is. So yeah, he's definitely something. They don't talk about him enough.
That's a good. That's another one too. Like, we got to dig into like Houston. I say Houston. I'm sorry, that man been on that team so long. I still think he there. Philly. We gotta look at Philly, man. Like with James Harden going out and Embiid on this fake in and out load management. Like, how do y'all think they gonna get through this rough patch?
Word. I got COVID, but my knee hurt. Like, I'm like, bro, what's going on, man?
Embiid has been frustrating me.
Me too. You know, my fantasy
frustrating, bro. Like, Philly has everything to be good. Like, they have everything to be good, but for some reason, like, you just tell, like, the body language.
He don't look happy, bro. He don't look like
they want to play together.
Yeah, bro. It's weird, bro. It's so weird. Like, Maxi's the happiest one, bro.
Yeah.
Maxi's happy, and the rest just look miserable, bro. They don't want to even be there, bro. Like, it's so weird. Like because back in the day, Joel talking smack to the crowd. He doing the little airplane thing. Like he's having fun. But now, bro, he could drop 30 and just be like, whatever. Like walk to the locker room, like dap up James and go home. Like it's just weird. Maybe he's going through some stuff, but it just like Lou said, the body language don't look good at all. And now Harden's out. Harden's out for we just got word today that he's gonna be out for a month. I think he got like a foot strain. So I mean it's gonna be grits for
all Philly, that dang on step back, stopping, quick stopping, dropping people, foot messed up.
The foot.
I don't know. I feel like this is a double-edged sword. Like it could be horrible for Philly, but I feel like Embiid might come alive. Maybe he might come alive while Harden is sitting.
He should.
I know Tyrese is doing what he needs.
I know Tyrese is probably happy.
Tyrese is doing what he needs to do. Period.
He's been balling, bro. He's about to get it back. I'm so happy for him.
I think they actually needed this. I think, in my opinion, I never like seeing both of them on the court too much together because to me, they're both energy guys. They need people to uplift them, or they need everything to be going right to get their best performances out of them. So when Embiid's touching the ball 30 times and dropping and hitting his thing, like, it's cool. I think this is better for them because if Harden's out of the way, Embiid basically goes back to playing with his team before Harden got here. I got Tobias, I got Maxey, we got PJ Tucker in the corner shooter, blah, blah, blah. I get to have my one-on-ones again, my pick and rolls. You lose one of your lazy defenders, so your defensive intensity might step up. You get to play Thibault a little bit more. So I think this is something you can embrace and kind of benefit from. And I think James Harden really needs to take this time. What I feel like he doesn't do good in Philly, if you ever watch, James Harden is not a catch and shoot shooter. And every time you watch him play, watch it. If he catches it wide open, he's either going to pass it or he's going to pump fake and let the defender come and then try to do a dribble move. Like he never really catches it and just shoots it. And I feel like that's a part of the thing that's holding them back because you're creating doubles and you're letting the defense get back into play instead of taking the easy shots.
Yeah, I feel like he's so used to shooting off the dribble. That's probably why. Because as a catch and shooter myself, I wouldn't say I'm a catch and shooter. I would say I'm more of an off dribble shooter.
I'd say more.
It's hard to catch and shoot, bro. It's hard to catch and shoot.
Why the hell you be yelling at me, Clint? You weren't ready. Like, hey, you be ready.
You a catch and shoot player.
You better go look at my
no dribble. No,
you ain't no off dribble shooter.
Yo, you a clay type. Two dribbles a game.
I'm a
30.
Hey, everybody that knows me, know young me, right under the comment section. Hey, Clinton used to catch ankles. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all better do your homework. I just learned how to adjust loose. When you got that Wade knee, you supposed to adjust.
I'm crying. That's funny. I did want to talk a little bit about the Cavs and the Suns and their hot start too. I know we was kind of discrediting the Suns a little bit in our predictions in EP1. Suns are 6-1. Chris Paul still kind of looking a little slow as far as not scoring. But funny enough, I was reading yesterday, he actually leads the league in assists right now, and I think between the last 2 games has 37 assists, or some crazy number in 2 games. So maybe that's the new game plan. It's hey, Book, you're the focal point, you're the number 1, and then Chris could probably just be number 3, not even 2. I guess Ayton and whoever just could slide into that 2 spot, and then Chris could be the 3 or the 4 as far as the option. And hey, I'm just gonna start passing it out more. So because he doesn't look to score. If you look at the game or watch the games, he doesn't look to score whatsoever. But they're winning, so whatever they're doing is clearly working. Monty got a system figured out. But yeah, 6-1.
To me,
anything you guys
that's
noticed,
that's the bottom line of me. Any game, any team, I feel like what you got to look back is impact on winning. I don't care what your 30 points look like in your scorecard. Did we get the dub? And I feel like the Suns understand how to win. I feel like they don't understand when to win, and I say that meaning when the pressure's on the line. When it's pressure time, I feel like they don't relish it enough. I see all their competitive edges. I know they all want to get back to the promised land, and I don't question their regular season performances at all. You ask me, they're making the playoffs? Absolutely. Yeah. You ask me if they are they going to fight hard and get there? Yeah. But when it's pressure time and you're in the playoff moments, and I got a Ayton on the bench mad because he's not getting no burn. I got Chris Paul injured half the time. I got Devin Book trying to fight a whole team by itself. That unity disappears. You get what I'm saying? Somebody got to step up in these times and say, all right, it's winning time. All that crybaby junk and all that point guard stuff, it needs to come to light now. This, I need this in the playoffs. I don't need this in the regular season.
But they got some guys who definitely have stepped up. Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson, they be showing out, man. I give them a lot of credit. They do show out when they need to. It's not consistent.
I'm not surprised, that they're winning games. There's nothing about that surprises me. They should be number 1 in the West. No questions asked. Their team is built for that. Them being 3rd, 4th in the West is a failure. Period. Their team is built for championship. So it's not I agree for me.
What about the Cavs? My Cavs. You think they about to flop or because they 6-1 as well in the East? So
no, they look good. They look good. They got real good pieces. Darius Garland tough.
They did all this without Darius, by the way, because he
Yeah,
got hurt in the
Darius
first
is
game.
tough. So while Darius sat down, Don
Too
stepped
much.
up and he took off. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like Cleveland wanted Karras to be what Don is today. You feel me? Like I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
they were begging for Karras LeVert to be that.
Mm-hmm.
And he showed
Mm-hmm.
flashes of that when he was in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
But I feel like he never reached that potential. I don't know if it's because of injuries.
Yeah, I feel like he's just a glorified 6-man, in my opinion. Like I
Not a
just feel
bad
like
thing.
Yeah. Maybe that's just his role, and
it's
it's
not a bad thing. Not a bad
it's
thing.
not
Yeah,
bad.
he had 40 the other night, so it's not clearly he's getting touches, getting minutes, but
He's more than capable of doing
And
that.
some guys want to be that guy, but
I feel like, in my opinion, the Cavs and the Celtics are the closest thing to dethrone Giannis and the Bucks in the East. I feel like their teams are built to do it. If you're talking about just get through that Milwaukee door, the Cavs are very well rounded. You got it's a ball movement team, a system team with defense and length, and everybody kind of knows their role and what they bring to the table. That's very tough to beat. Same thing with Boston. Everybody knows their role. Everybody knows who the guy is, and you have length. I feel like those are going to be Giannis's biggest detractors. If he doesn't make it to the finals, I can guarantee probably one of those two teams beat him. I don't see nobody else that's stopping him.
I agree.
would you consider those teams overrated?
No.
I think I think they definitely live up to the hype. I think they're going to be in charge of their own demise. Like they definitely live up to the hype.
Correct.
So, we'll see.
If I'm saying like anything about overrated, like I got some overrated players. Like if y'all can both just throw me two, but if I'm speaking in that, my two overrated players, it's I don't want everybody looking at me crazy and sideways. I'm gonna stand on what I said and I'm gonna mean what I said. Overrated player number one.
Stand on it, Russ.
Overrated player number one. Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid is Embiid is overrated. Okay. He is the center version of James Harden. That's why it don't work.
This is but you run for Philly all year, and you saying Joel overrated?
I love my mama, and I tell her to leave me alone every day. You don't understand me? Like it's a relationship. I want you to understand that. Like,
did he or did he not have an MVP performance last year?
James Harden has an MVP trophy in his house. Like I said, he's the center version of James Harden, meaning he does more free throw shooting than dominating. He does more showboating than carrying. He doesn't get you over the hump. He doesn't play both ends. I want you to watch this. When you watch them play, he doesn't play both ends to his ability. On pick and rolls, he shows. He doesn't play hard. He gets back. He doesn't demand that paint. Some certain matchups he has mismatches on and he settles. Like he doesn't assert his dominance consistently. It's spurts where he shows that you have potential to be really good. Same thing I said with James Harden. You have potential to be really good, but it's like you want to take the easy way out. So in my eyes, like he's my overrated player number one. I don't see what we have to make him one of those guys. No disrespect to his game. If I'm looking at his bag, boy, that's a big, hefty bag. Like the man can do it all on the basketball court. So to see somebody with that much potential not know how to assert their will on the game because of a lack of effort and energy, that makes him overrated to me. He's underachieving in a sense. My number two, that number two finna ruffle some feathers, boy. Y'all not gonna like this number two.
Hey, bro.
Jason Tatum. No disrespect to JT.
What?
Damn.
I think JT.
Wow.
What?
I'm gonna say this. Let me tell you why he's overrated. And then when I say overrated, I'm not saying these people aren't good. Understand that. Jason Tatum is very talented.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? I'm just saying a lot of people put him in a light of like he's a top 5, top 6 player in the league. Like the people have him like number 1 small forward in the league. And in my opinion, some nights I like Jaylen Brown better than him. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't have you the best guy on your team all the time. 2, I think his ceiling is Paul George. I feel like he's the same struggle story Paul George. Paul George coming out of... Say what?
So Paul George is overrated.
Everybody else thinks so. I think his ceiling is Paul George. And mind you, Paul George isn't bad. Paul George averages 25 for his career. That's not bad to say. You know what I'm saying? But when you're talking about your impact and winning, I feel like Jason Tatum doesn't transition to that. He's not going to get you over the hump. He needs somebody on his team that's going to get him some easy points. I feel like he doesn't make anybody better. I feel like he's a great defender. He's a great two-way defender. Doesn't get his credit enough on the defensive end. But I feel like the way we hate on Paul George should be similar to the way we hate on Jason Tatum. Because only difference was when Paul George was in Indiana going through this and going crazy and being that guy, he at least was fighting the Heatles. You know what I'm saying? Jason Tatum, in a sense, he's getting over the hump because ain't nobody really in the way right now.
So the Warriors wasn't in his way.
And what happened then? And what happened then? And what happened then? Come on. And you talking about the Heat wasn't you talking about the Heat wasn't in his way. So like I said, different scenarios and different time periods. Because Paul George in Indiana, the Heat was in his way, but that was the real Heat. You know what I'm saying? That's Bron Bosch Wade. Like, that's Heat. Jimmy Butler. Kyle Lowry. That's in your way? Come on, man. We're not having that conversation. Bam kept you out the playoffs by blocking your game when it done. We're not having that conversation. We're not talking about that.
Bro, the man has had a very successful career. Like
Paul George
honestly,
does
started
too.
off on fire.
Paul George does too. Prior to the leg break, Paul George was a dog. And like I said, overrated doesn't mean you're not good. I just don't have you as a top 6 player. I don't have you as the best small forward in the league. I don't have you there. Do I have you as like a number 3 guy in the small forward position? Yeah. Do I have you as like a top 10 player? Yeah. Probably like 8, 9, but I don't have you up there.
Lou,
Go ahead,
what about
Sam.
you?
I'm done with that. Good.
The two that I picked, because Clay trying to get canceled. I'm convinced.
It's my opinion, isn't it?
But the two that I picked, the first one, the French Eiffel Tower, Rudy Gobert, super overrated. I think he's terrible. I've been talking about this for the last 3 years. I'm going to continue to talk about it. You are 7'10" and have no back to the basket, no hook shot, can only score off of putbacks and lobs, has no footwork, no spin move, no nothing, bruh. Like, and the amount of money that you're getting paid, and obviously, like, you are a defensive player. I get that, but you've been in the league for about 9 years, 10 years, maybe somewhere around there. And for you to not equip some type of offensive game, being at that height and at that level and making that much money, truly embarrassing. So he gets my first nod. Second nod, another center that probably lives 10 minutes away from me, DeAndre Ayton.
Good, sure, man.
Bro, another overrated player.
Sam don't like people taller than him.
Extremely.
Yeah.
DA, bro, super soft. Has not shown me any improvement in his game year over year. Has been the same player since he got to the league. He's been in the league for about 3-4 years now.
Y'all ain't number one without him. Y'all ain't number one without him. I'll tell you that much.
I mean, bro, I'm not saying that we don't win without him, but I'm just saying, like, he has not shown me that he can be like a top 3, top 4 center in this league. And he's given the opportunity. All he wants to do is shoot. Doesn't run to the basket, doesn't want to catch lobs, doesn't want to, bro, all this you want to do is do fadeaways and, like catching, picking pops. Like, Louis, remember there was like this dude that used to go to LA, bro, that looked like Omar. And every time we went there, we used to see this same guy, bro, bust the same trash ass fadeaway and would miss every day, bro. And me and Louis used to get so hot, be like, yo, you come here every day and do the same move and can't hit this move, and like you just don't give up. I feel that about DA sometimes. Every game he does the same fadeaway, and it'd be brick city every time he do it. I don't get it. He'll make it here and there, but that's not your game. So those are my two overrated. Rudy for sure, and then DA is my strong.
Lou, I can't wait.
Thanks, guys.
I can't wait to hear yours, Lou, because
just
because Sam named people who weren't even. He didn't even name people that were rated. I don't know where you got them from. I have them rated nowhere.
Let me take this over, guys. Definitely, my number one overrated player is Jordan Poole, bro. Jordan Poole he's messing up the game right now.
I hate the Jordan Poole hate, bro.
He's horrible.
I hate it. Whoa, horrible.
All right,
Yo.
I'm capping. He's not horrible.
Okay. Okay.
He's just it's easy for him right now because he's surrounded by Steph. He's surrounded by Clay. He got the ultimate green light. You give Cam Reddish that same green light.
I agree.
We would be talking about Cam Reddish being top 5 right now, top 6, top 7 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Poole is not it for me. I get it. I get what Golden State's trying to do. They're trying to give him the red carpet so he can fall in right after Steph. I get it.
Yeah,
I'm not really sold. I'm good on that one. Overrated player number 2. I'm going to ruffle some feathers with this one. All right?
I love it.
Wait.
It got to be better than Clint's, bro. Because Clint said Jason Tatum, bro, and I'll never forgive him for that. So
New York's finest, Carmelo
Julius
Anthony.
Randle. Oh my god!
I cannot stand Carmelo Anthony. The man does not play defense. He doesn't make his team any better. He's just out there getting buckets, bro. Like I'd rather choose anyone else. Give me a PG. Give me someone else like that can, show some effort on both sides of the rim. Like he's just over here getting boards and getting buckets, bro. I don't want to see that mess, bro. He's trash and he's getting paid like it's no tomorrow. He's over glorified, overrated.
My man's not even in the league, bro. How you getting paid, bro? He's not even in the league. My man's watching games just like us, bro.
I wonder why he's not in the league. I wonder why.
Because he don't play D. You know what's crazy? I watched his interview with Dwight Howard the other day, bro. I think he was talking to Shannon, and he was basically saying like the Lakers picked up all these guys and put them in roles that they've never done ever before. So like you got Melo to play defense. That dude ain't never played defense his whole career, bro. They got Trevor Ariza.
The least they can ask you to do. That's the least they can ask you to do. That's what they need. As an NBA player, as a professional, you should be able to step in and play.
So I ask you this.
But he's 36, he's 36 though. Like 36.
I ask you all this in simplicity. Like, if your job called you right now, was like, "Yo, the toilets are backed up, Lou. Come flush them." You on the way?
Nope.
If you pay me, and that's what I need to do. Hey,
it's not in your job description at all. You've never done this. You pull it up.
I got it.
You paying me OT? Let's get it.
Yeah.
I'm on it, bro.
Negative, Clint. I'm not on the way, bro.
I can respect the Jordan Poole one. The Melo one, it's tough. Melo wasn't there. He wasn't dealt a fair card all the time, bro. Like in my opinion, he never. To me, Melo was one of the superstars and never really utilized his superstar cards. Like, this is who I want on my team. And if you don't give me this person, I quit. Or you give me this. Like, he's never been that guy. He just rolled with whatever you gave him. When Phil Jackson was like, "Run some triangle," and JJ Redick like, "Yeah, I used to love when y'all run the triangle because we used to know this was coming and this was coming, and then I just jumped the pass over." I need to be running the offense that they know what's going to happen. Come on, man. Like, I felt like he just rolled with the punches his whole career, and I felt like that was his downfall.
Yeah, I agree.
He had a squad, bro. He had a squad in Denver. Like, I don't want to hear none of that, bro.
He had to go through Kobe, though. He had to go through prime. I wouldn't say prime Kobe, but he had to go through a tough Lakers team every time.
Granted, he was young.
All I'm gonna say is this: unless Tatum or Embiid, especially Tatum, unless Tatum show me a trophy, he's Paul George. If Embiid don't show me no defense, he's overrated. If Rudy Gobert and DeAndre Ayton, I don't know whoever had them rated, but congratulations. You picked the most rated people and rated them in the category where they were never even thought of.
Bro, they be naming Rudy like top 5 big. I'm like, where? Bro?
Because there's not no bigs. Bro. I'll take Steven Adams over Rudy. I'll take Mobley over Rudy.
Bro.
I'll take Valanciunas. I'll take Dwight Howard now. I'll take Carmelo.
Hey,
I'll take Braun at the 5. I'll take PJ Tucker at the 5. Who else? I can keep going.
Y'all won.
Just to talk about Melo before we finish the last segment, but I hated Melo after he went to OKC, and I'll just keep it at that because he did nothing for us. He took 40 mil of our payroll, and then became an Atlanta Hawk for 24 hours, and then ended up going to Portland. So I'll leave it at that. Last segment is the Futon Feature, and this is a part of this pod where we like to highlight a player from the past and kind of give them their flowers. Talk about their highlights, stats, whatever, and what they gave to the game of basketball. So, Clint, if you could carry us and just let us know who is our Futon Feature.
So, the dog today, and I'm gonna emphasize on my dog for today. He could play today. I kid you not. He could play today, and he probably averaged about 22 easy. 6'10" small forward. Came out one of the greatest draft classes of all time, 96. Y'all do your homework in that draft class. I want to say he was like the 14th pick. Shooter.
Oh, I know where this
shooter, man. Like y'all can break that down for me. One of the greatest shooters of all time. He got a ring under his belt. I want to say he has 3 All-Star appearances. 13 seasons played, 11 playoff appearances.
Yikes. Damn, what team? What team you play for?
I'm gonna mess y'all up a little bit. I'm gonna mess you up a little bit. I'm gonna start back. I'm gonna start in a weird place. He played for a few teams, but he played for Dallas.
Is it Finley?
Nah, that was a good one. That was a real good one.
Nah.
Hey, shout out Michael Finley. That's a good one.
Huge shout out to him. You said 6'10".
Just imagine what he would do in the league right now. Say what?
You said he was 6'10", right?
I'll throw some more teams out there for you.
Damn. Yeah.
The now Pelicans.
Oh, Tyson. No, wait, what?
Nah. Oh, Peja.
Stojakovic, shooter.
Peja, yeah.
Can you imagine what Peja would be doing in the league right now, bro?
Yeah,
he
bro.
averaged.
I'm good.
He averaged 18.
I'm good at this, bro.
You know what I'm saying? In a big man's league, for real, kind of playing some tween small forward. Imagine what he would do right now. I would say that's an easy 22 and about 8. Straight buckets. And the way we play ball now, giving him the green light to shoot. Man scored 20 straight points one time in a game. Like all 20 in a row. Career high 42 straight jumpers. Shooters form. Splash bottoms. Like, come on, man. Peja needs his love. Peja Stojakovic is a dog.
And his son is on the way, too.
Yeah, his son is nice. If he had said Sacramento, I'd have been like, oh, yeah, it's definitely Peja. But he went backwards on me, so he tried to mix it up.
That was too easy. That's why I couldn't give it. That's why I was like, I give it back.
Yeah. And it's crazy because I was thinking him, but I'm like, damn, 6'10", Peja that tall? I didn't think he was that tall. I'm thinking 6'8", 6'9", but yeah, 6'10". Damn, that's crazy, bro. He's 6'10", and he's shooting like that. Definitely impressive. So shout out to Peja Stojakovic, man. Like I said, one of the greatest shooters in the league. Huge shout out to him. So last episode we did, we ended the episode with a trivia question. The question was, what is the first year that the NBA introduced the MVP award, and who did they give that MVP award to? I was completely stunned, did not know who it was. I think I ended up guessing Dr. J at one point. That was a trick question because I know Dr. J got it like once they did from the ABA to the NBA. But the answer to that is Bob Pettit in 1956. So 1956 was the first year that the MVP award was introduced to the league. And it was introduced to a plumber named Bob Pettit.
That man got his trophy, went home, dropped it on the counter, grabbed his keys, went to work, had to go fix some kitchen sinks.
Went to go hoop and called it a night. But yeah, man, so that was the answer to the trivia. Clinton, do you have a trivia question?
Of course. This one is easy. And y'all can drop this in the comment section under the video if you know it by heart. Give me the last 3
Mhm.
players to come out of high school and average double digits in their rookie season.
Last
The
three
last 3
players to
players
come out of
come out
high
straight
school
out of high school,
to
average double
average
digits
double
their rookie
digits.
season.
I can name one. I can't.
Yeah, I can name one,
I could
but
name one.
And I want the
okay,
last 3,
that's a good
not 3
question.
period. Don't give me Kobe in 1966. No, I
Oh
want the
yeah,
in chronological order backwards. The last 3.
order.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3. Yeah. Ooh, I like that. That's a good one, man. That's a good one. That's gonna have a lot of people thinking. Well, cool. So that's it, folks. We appreciate you guys once
Oh,
again.
I kind of
Any last
yeah. I got a
comments?
last comment for y'all, man. I want to end this off on
Mhm.
a different positive level. I ain't the hugest Migos fan, but we got to RIP take off. And in my opinion, I
For
know the
sure, for
Migos
sure.
had their rift at the moment, but if that teaches you anything, is man, it's with all your friends and all your loved ones, let that little petty argument go sometimes and tell your loved ones you love them and get it off your chest because tomorrow ain't
Yep,
promised and the rest of today ain't promised. So you got to make sure you tell the ones you love them.
yep. I agree.
We gotta stop black on black crime, man. We gotta stop killing each other. You feel me? We got enough
Yeah,
going on in the
yeah.
world, bro. We gotta stop killing each other, bro.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Especially the way that went out, and obviously, there a lot of people just talk about his character, super cool, chill dude, and no one deserves that, especially at age 28, bro. Like so much
All
life
on
to live.
camera. Like, come on, man. You don't want
Yeah,
to die on camera.
all on. Man, it's terrible, bro. So yeah, so definitely rest in peace to take off, and his family. So condolences to him and everyone else associated. So again, thanks again everyone for watching. We appreciate it. Please make sure to follow us on Instagram at Public Opinion Pod. Make sure to subscribe to our channel at Public Opinion Pod. Also our Spotify at Public Opinion Pod. Again, thank you. Much love. And that's it.